Well, hello.
Well, hello.
Welcome to Ask BD number 34. 34. Joe, you know what the 34th entry to the Marvel Cinematic Universe is if we're counting Disney Plus shows and movies only?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, some of this. What's he doing here? Some of that stuff?
Yeah.
That
For the
stuff?
audio listener, they're like, what stuff is he doing?
What the fuck is that?
Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, that is featured on the official Marvel rewatch suggestion list for Avengers Doomsday.
I'm a big fan of that list, by the way. I think the one movie that is missing is the Marvels, though, right?
I think Captain America the Winter Soldier.
Ooh, interesting.
Well, given that Tiana Paris is not in Doomsday.
Do we know that?
I do.
For a fact?
The 34th episode is the only episode where the number of the episode will be the same number as my current age at the time of recording.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. And 34 days from now is going to be the weekend that everybody's at theaters watching Avengers Endgame Encore.
I just asked about that when it was coming out. I'm actually excited for it.
It'll be September 26th, 34 days from now, which as the time of recording, by the time this releases on Monday, it'll be September 27th, so everybody will obviously.
Is this going to be our first taste of Infinity Vision?
No, Infinity Vision I think was already available for Brand New Day, I think.
Oh, was it?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well,
I'm not an Infinity Vision guy. Either way,
neither
September 25th is less than 34 days away. That's the Avengers Endgame Encore re-release date. Also, movie that weekend is Forgotten Island.
Oh, hey!
Animated DreamWorks movie.
DreamWorks. I'm
Yeah.
excited about that movie.
A lot of people saw it at CinemaCon. I didn't see it.
Did a big did a big party for that, and there's a lot of Filipino.
I
we
went
were
to
there.
that. Yeah.
With Jollibee. I love Jollibee. Get Jollibee, sponsor us, please.
Was Jollibee the chicken sandwiches and stuff?
Chicken sandwiches, the chicken.
This is at San Diego Comic-Con, by the way. We went to a party at San Diego Comic-Con that was sponsored by Forgotten Island in an arcade, which was pretty cool. Had some good chicken sandwiches. We hopefully 34 days from now, we have had the Avengers Endgame Encore, the Brandon Davis Show screening event with IMAX. I've pitched it.
It's going to happen.
Very well received.
It's going to happen.
Maybe it's not at the stage where I should be talking about it.
We got to throw it out there. It's going to happen.
We're working on it.
We're
working on it. Very optimistic about it. More details soon. A lot of fun stuff this week.
Dude.
We got Doomsday questions.
Yeah.
X-Men questions. Marvel TV questions.
What did we do yesterday?
DC TV questions.
DC TV, let's go.
Wait,
Great.
actually, you say what did we do yesterday?
Lanterns.
We got to start with what we did. But actually, one before we start with what we did yesterday. All those things are coming up. Our bonus episode. There are some Patreon questions, some Facebook questions, some email questions that are going to be in the bonus episode, which now we release. Ask BD every Monday. You can submit your questions to thebrandondavisshow@gmail.com any day of the week to get your Ask BD questions. And anything goes. It doesn't have to be superhero stuff. It could be anything. I'm never going to guarantee your question is going to be answered. But if it seems fun, seems like something people will want to listen to and something we'll want to talk about, stroke our egos. That's the trick. That's the trick. Just say something really nice about how great we are.
We're coming up on football season. Do you think we'll get any football questions?
I think so.
You're a Tennessee Titan fan?
No, I'm primarily a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
San Francisco 49ers, let's go.
Yeah, George Kittle.
George Kittle, let's go.
Man,
Listen, we've
that
had it rough. I'm not going to talk about the Niners because I'm sure we'll talk about them as the season progresses. Oof. I'm going to save it for them.
Okay, all right. So I think you just invited some football questions.
I hope. I'm not a big baseball guy, so you can't really
Did I
hit
ever
me
tell you
with
about
those
the
questions.
time I met George Kittle?
I met George Kittle with you, actually. You already knew him at this point.
We saw him at WrestleMania in Philadelphia.
We did.
But the time I first met him.
No, I don't know.
Oh, brother. Okay. Mondays, Ask BD. You can submit your questions to thebrandondavisshow@gmail.com. Wednesdays, the main character. This is the closest I've ever been to a main character Wednesday being right on the horizon without it being recorded or booked.
I like how you're not stressed at all about this.
Oh, I'm faking it. I'm freaking out on the inside. But I have a few ideas. I've been texting with Greg Alba from Real Rejects.
Love that guy.
Grace Curry, who we saw at the event we're about to talk about.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
Who was in
Grace
Japan.
Caroline Curry, let's go.
She might be good to go. We're going to see if we can schedule that. I'm also trying really hard to get anyone from Lanterns to do the podcast. It has not been easy.
Aaron Pierre, what are we doing?
It's been hard to even get responses from people, which it is what it is. I'm sure it's in high demand. The show is very popular. We'll talk about that. And bonus episodes. It will either be Joe and I every Friday answering more of your questions recorded from these episodes or missing minutes from interviews with main characters. So if they're willing to stick around a little bit, we'll have bonus episodes where we do more questions, more fun stuff, answer more Patreon questions, play Patreon games, whatever you guys want to do with main character episodes. Those will release Fridays, and sometimes they'll just be a random drop on our... If we have both in the same week, There is no day guaranteed. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday content on Patreon. Also just photos, videos, other stuff on Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/The Brandon Davis Show. That'll be linked in the video description. We had no new Patreon subscribers this week. I think this is only the second week that's ever happened since the show started. We're 34 weeks in, so you know what?
That's pretty good.
It's pretty cool to me.
Pretty freaking good.
We had one sign up technically, but it was Marvel Mom, Susan, who's part of the show. Which is
Susan.
a limited thing, the part of the show tier. But that was she had an issue with Patreon, resubscribed. So I got the notification there was a new subscriber.
We're gonna count it. We're gonna count it, Susan.
Technically though, no new subscribers. So this week that just means I'm not gonna eat anything at all this week. I won't drive my car.
It's kind of true.
No.
Well, look, so now you're you don't use gas in your car, so you wouldn't know. You would not know the struggle.
Yeah, I care about the planet, Joe.
Well,
Electric car. I care about the planet. It's hot outside.
It is hot
and
outside.
And for the second time on this show, it's your fault.
This might be true.
I'm just kidding. I don't mean that, but gas car drivers.
Listen, I would get an electric car. Somebody want to buy me an electric car? I'll take an electric car gladly.
There are some powerful people who listen to this show.
I wish. Please buy me an electric car. I will say, though, because we were talking about this, we're going to lead into this a second ago, but yesterday I watched with you a movie in one of the most unique experiences I've ever seen a movie in.
Okay. I got this email, I think on Thursday, that said partnership opportunity, Fall 2 Dead Point. I opened it. I was like, I don't know what this is. My plan right now for LA, which by the way, this is the last episode Joe and I are recording here at the Airbnb.
Let's not even put that. Maybe.
No,
Who knows what could happen?
Airbnb.
Who knows?
This is booked by someone else starting September 1st.
Oh, that sucks.
So Joe's going to Fan Expo in Toronto.
I'll be there. Yep.
Which means next weekend he won't be here to
Hopefully
record.
You're in Canada with me and we could give the people in Toronto what they want. Some BD energy. Some Brandon Davis Show live magic, if you will.
You're hired.
Let's go.
If I get to Toronto by miracle, that'd be fun. But this is the last episode that will be recorded here at the Airbnb, which is sad. It's been a hell of a run, hell of a summer. Can't believe 6 weeks have gone this fast.
This is literally the best part of my week. Like every week I'm here. I look forward to this.
This is fun. It's Sunday
Probably
night.
more
It's
than
a good
anything
time.
else. It's the best time.
We're going to hang out after. We just watched Lanterns episode 2 before we started recording. What a show, by the way.
I fucking love it.
Must watch TV.
You know what? I remember I gave it an 8 and rising. That 8's a 9 right now currently. Like I even rewatching the first episode last week, I was like, God, there's so much I love about this. I am a character. I'm more character than I am spectacle. And I think the character development in this show makes me care so much about John and Hal. It makes me want to see where they go next. I love that show. And I'm not going to spoil anything for people who haven't seen episode 2 yet, but can't wait.
I think I lost my Green Lantern ring.
I hope not.
I have no idea where it is.
Well, Guy Gardner probably has it now.
Well,
you really don't know where it's at?
I actually have no idea where it is, and it's kind of giving me a little bit of anxiety right now. It's an expensive collectible right there. I have no idea where it is.
No, I know where mine is.
I'm
mine
not
is
happy
at home.
about this. I'm going to be focused on this while trying to do the show right now.
Anyway, we saw this movie called The Fall 2 Dead Point.
Get the invitation.
Yeah.
We get invited to go to this Fall 2 Dead Point screening. However, this is not just a screening. This is a watch the movie in the most unconventional way possible ever imagined by human beings. This was not done by AI. That is an impossibility because this was absurd. We show up to this thing. First of all, I didn't read the fine print.
Well, let me preface this. I also got the same email earlier in the week, and I already planned on not going because I did read the email.
I saw this. I was like, partnership opportunity. Cool. I'll go to this. And I said, look, I can't write a review because this is a partnership.
Sure.
But I will go have a good experience and share my experience of doing this, not knowing what I signed up for. We walk in. It's in the Culver Theater.
Yep.
They have gutted a theater.
A whole theater.
They've taken every seat out of the theater and replaced them with...
Well, first of all, before we get there, we walk into like this it's not a backstage area, but it's like a holding area for all of us, right? There's this giant mountain cake. There's a big signage.
It looked like a model cake, but it looked like a model of a mountain, but it was cake.
Yeah, it was just a cake. But I will say
but it looked like a fucking mountain.
Yeah, so I understood what the pitch kind of was, but it wasn't really explained thoroughly. So I was like, all right, whatever. But we had no indication of like how to dress, or at least I didn't, how to dress, what to wear.
It probably was in the email. I'm going to be real.
What we were actually getting ourselves into, because when you just walk into that room, it's kind of like, oh, here's some refreshments. Here's a little bit of snacks. Here's popcorn. Like, enjoy yourselves, right? Yeah. And then it was like, what's behind this door? What is behind this door?
Yeah, they were real cagey. Like, hey, when you come in here, you can't see it yet. You can't see it yet. We all walk in at the same time, and we see that every seat of the theater has been removed. We see that there are 3 wood boards on varying heights, 2x8s on their side so that they're a little bit taller, like planks going across where the seats would be. And above them is like an old school wrestling Titantron gimmick.
Yeah.
The steel,
like a steel truss kind of like thing.
And there's bushes, there's fans, there's all sorts of lights in this theater.
Yes.
And we wore harnesses.
It's as if we were on like MTV's The Challenge or Survivor. Like we were on a competition reality show, it felt like. And it was treated as such.
It was. And so 10 of us get up on these planks.
Yeah.
And they say, you're going to watch the movie, which the movie comes out September 2nd.
Yep.
They say, you're going to watch Fall 2 Dead Point from your plank. And if you fall off, you lose. And
we
you're out,
we also thought that it wasn't going to be the full movie. We were just like, oh, it's going to be certain scenes we're going to do this for.
Nah, it was the whole movie.
It was the whole movie. 90 full minutes.
I'll tell you what. And the movie starts with a scene on a cliff with water and rain and wind and all this imbalance to the characters and what they're going on, what is going on with them. And right out of the gate, they are water in our face.
You guys had it the worst. So I was in the last row. You're in the middle row, and I saw the dude that was to the right of you, and he was drenched.
I was soaked.
You guys were all soaked.
This was like 40X. If 40X did steroids for 10 years and went to the gym twice a day for every 10 years.
Yeah, this is for the people that are really into fitness that like watching movies.
No, this had nothing to do with fitness. This was if your feet can stand.
Well,
stand on that
it was definitely an endurance test.
It was.
I'll say this about, because I think going in, I think they asked all of us like, how well do you think you're gonna do? And I was like, well, I don't really even know what this is.
They expected more of us to fall off. I think
they did.
By the end of it, 10 of us started. Only 6 of us made it to the end. But by the end, they could pull on the wire attached to our harness, which would lift us up and drop us back down. And at one point, I almost ate shit on the board. I fell back and grabbed it, pulled myself back up, and I was like, no. I have made it 80 minutes into this like 100-minute movie. I'm making it to the end.
I think what was even more entertaining is
too competitive. So when
I was
lost,
too.
We had friends who lost, and they had to walk across the front of us, and we had to look at them
cheer
like,
them on.
You fucking lost.
Look, for me, it started off as the goal of just not being the first one out, and then it became like, all right, I'm gonna lock in, and I'm gonna last the whole way, and I did. My feet really didn't move at all.
Oh my God.
I'll say this though, it was an endurance test, but.
We survived Catalina Island with Lionsgate.
It's so funny that we said that, and then somebody was like, Catalina Island? You mean like where wine mixers are?
We've done some. Lionsgate has had some of the craziest movie events ever, and I love the Lionsgate team.
Them too, yeah.
The whole staff at Lionsgate is so much fun to go to these events with.
Some of my favorite people.
Yeah, they're fun as hell. They're cool people. This was no exception, and Lionsgate did the Long Walk.
The Long Walk. I wish I kind of would have done that one, but that's like.
For reference, the Long Walk there was treadmills in the theater, and you had to walk for the entire movie because that movie is about you can't stop walking or you die, and if you stopped on the treadmill, they'd take you out. You couldn't finish the movie.
This was a lot more intense.
This was definitely more intense, and it hurt my feet. I don't think walking in a straight line for 2 hours would have been that rough. No, that wouldn't have been rough. I'm not gonna act like I think that'd be hard for me.
It wouldn't.
I'm sure there are people who'd be hard for.
I feel like sure, 100%. But I feel that was low stakes compared to what we did.
This was standing on a plank 2 inches wide with the center of your feet or the ball of your feet, trying to move around so that your feet don't hurt.
The worst part about it though is your natural reaction when you get up there is because you start wobbling. You actually do, and you're expecting to grab something, but there's nothing to grab. But it's interesting. I hope the footage. I want to see the footage because there were people that were like looking down, people concentrating on one focal point. For me, I think it's the first time I realized that movies are my safe space. What I mean by that is that like if I can just focus on a movie and be essentially entertained for that amount of time, I can get through it because I don't really notice anything else around me.
You know what though? Also, it is so in your head because if you walk on the curb, if you go 1 foot here, put your heel in front of your toe on your right foot, and then you switch left foot, heel to toe, you're gonna be in your head like, oh, I'm gonna fall in the street. But if you do the exact same thing in the middle of the sidewalk, you don't get nervous. Right. It's so much of it in your head.
But also, too, you're completely right because there were times where you would start flailing around or you would start dancing.
Bro, I was up there.
You're like dancing a little bit.
My trail mix, okay, because we were up there a while. I got a little hungry. I ate that dried ass brownie that I got.
Yeah, you were flailing around, and I was just like, dude, why you moving kind of like threw me off. And then there were certain scenes, obviously,
Yeah,
that would kind of
disorient
would disorient me. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh boy, like this is it's crazy.
No, that was one of the crazy. That was
Lionsgate, do more of those. Those were fun. I love watching movies like that.
I'm
Every
begging.
studio, let's do stuff like that. And if honestly, I almost wish some of this stuff was for the public.
I know. I wish you could buy a ticket. There's no
Totally.
way that they could make a system. I think that you could buy a ticket to that. The waivers you'd have to sign, the money you'd have to spend.
One
to justify it.
waiver is what we.
Well, I
had
know,
signed
but then
one
the
waiver.
insurance companies and all
True,
that, forget
true.
it. I'm shocked that this happened. Lionsgate figures it out because that shit we did on Catalina Island,
There.
we were climbing up the side of a mountain and not the part that there's a path for.
We were all attached together.
canoeing. There were people trying to freaking pull us in the
We were
water.
eating bugs.
I shit my brains out
Dude,
for 7 straight days.
you and me both.
Because I ate a scorpion.
Look, here's the thing about that trip too.
I mean,
originally we were supposed to go back to LA that
and
night.
That night was when we were out. We went out to the bar. We went out.
We started chopping
This
each
was
other.
like 2 years ago, I
Oh my
think.
God.
This is about 2 years ago. We went out to Catalina Island. This was Arthur the King, and the event was done. Those few of us who are friends went out.
All
that
of us
night.
went out.
Yeah,
Everyone went out.
Yeah, everybody went out. We're at the bar. Various levels of drinks were had by people there. Me and Joe
God.
started chopping each other wrestling style because I had just started wrestling,
just
really.
started, yeah.
And I was like, let me show you what it's like, kid. And so
The refs were like, what the
hold on.
fuck are these guys doing?
We walked past this. We were looking for like one more bar because bar we were at closed. And we're looking for food. And we see this lady. Oh, not even see the lady. We see this bar. And we are walking past it. It's kind of a dive bar. And we go, oh, you think they got good food? And this lady, who we have no idea who she is, she looked like she had been outside the bar for 3 hours, or maybe 3 days. I don't really know.
Or her whole life.
Or maybe. But she goes, don't go in that bar. You'll be pissing out your ass for a week.
She did say that.
I think she put a spell on us because I was doing what she described anyway, but I had eaten a scorpion earlier in the day and I didn't go into that bar.
What a trip.
I lost about 9 pounds after that trip.
Honestly, that was a wild one.
Now, do you think that this experience we just had with Fall 2 is the wildest in-theater movie-going experience you've ever had?
Hands down.
Same.
I don't even know how this is, what you can do now to top something like this.
I don't know.
Like 40X for like the consumers out there, if you've never done 40X, I highly recommend it. At least experience it. It may not be your cup of tea. It may. But there's certain movies that I think lend itself really well to it. Like when we did Fast and the Furious, I remember we did Fast and the Furious. I remember like somebody getting back in their chair and they had a bucket of popcorn and it looked like they were trying to get on those mechanical bulls that you see at a bar. And I was like, what is happening? But didn't it seem like that?
You're like Will Ferrell trying to drink the wine in a 40X theater.
It was exactly what it was like. But if you haven't done 40X, experience that. But in terms of like a movie like this, I don't think it will ever experience something like this again. I want to. It was fun though. It was fun.
I hope I get to go to every Lionsgate junket for the rest of eternity. Give us a Hunger Games junket. Put us in the Hunger Games next time.
Dude,
Let's go.
That would be so
I'm
much
ready.
fun.
What's the name?
I hope so.
John Wick is a Lionsgate movie.
John Wick is a Lionsgate movie.
They could do some crazy shit for John Wick.
They can. Imagine it's like at a paintball.
Would we be talking about Fall 2 if we didn't have this experience? You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's exactly
it worked.
Totally.
It
totally
worked. And I know everybody. You're influencers. You get paid to talk about movies.
Well, we are talking about movies.
Yeah. Guess what? I talk about movies. I like talking about movies. I'm having a good fucking time doing it.
Yeah. This is my best part of my
before
week.
we get to the actual questions. My George Kittle story.
Ah, yes.
I don't think I ever told you the story of how I met George Kittle.
No, I have no idea.
I'm at a bar in Nashville.
He lives in Nashville.
He does have a home around Nashville.
Okay.
Richard comes up to me. My friend Richard's a huge football fan, comes up to me and goes, bro, George Kittle's over there. So I'm like, what do you mean George Kittle's over there? And I'm a football fan, but not as big as you or Richard is. And I'm like, no, but I still know who George Kittle is. So I was like, no way. So I Google searched because I remember George Kittle did something related to Marvel.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was hosting a Marvel podcast.
He's a huge wrestling fan, too.
Huge wrestling fan. I wasn't wrestling yet. And so I Google search George Kittle Marvel. First I Google search George Kittle.
Yeah.
See who it is. Then I Google search George Kittle Marvel, and I see that he did an ad with Venom.
Oh.
The Venom movies. And then I Google search him one more time. I look at his picture, and I look at this guy at the bar, and I go, oh, yeah, no, that's George Kittle. So I lock my phone. I put my phone in my pocket. I said, Richard, I'm going to go say hi. I walk over. I say hi to George. I'm like, dude, just want to say hi, man. Big fan. I think it's pretty cool. I host a Marvel show, by the way, and I saw you did the Venom thing. And he's like, oh, no way. Wait, you're the guy from comic book? And I said, yeah. He said, no, I follow you already. That's pretty sick. So I was like, no way. He goes, that's not really you. And I was like, no, that is. This is crazy. I can't believe you've seen what I do. So I go, I'll show you. I have the Instagram account on my phone right now. So I go to open my phone and show him that I have the comic book Instagram because I was part of one of the people who run it at the time. It's the Google search with pictures of George Kittle front and center. And he goes, bro, did you Google me?
How embarrassing.
Oh,
I'm fucking mortified.
It looked like I just got tackled by one of his teammates.
Oh,
and I go, yeah.
That's like...
I just wanted to make sure it was you.
I don't even know if I could tell. You know, it's like...
He ended up coming on my podcast like 3 weeks later.
Yeah,
I texted him.
I was about to say something.
Shout out George Kittle. He's one of the coolest dudes.
Yo, when is he going to be a main character?
Man, he's
after
welcome
football
on the show.
season.
I think he's a little busy right now, but George is one of the coolest dudes.
And he's cleared. He's cleared. He's back on the field, baby.
Hey, man, I hope he stays healthy.
Hey,
I'm not a Niners guy, but I root for George Kittle.
Is a legend. I love George Kittle.
He's a good dude.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
And he's like in the front row at every WWE
love
event.
that guy.
And he's a good dude.
Great energy.
Yeah.
Love the guy.
All right. Well, that's our story. That's the Happy Hour World Tour before the questions begin.
Yeah,
I think this officially begins Ask Speedy number 34.
All right. Let's dig in.
And again, we do have some bonus questions that we don't get to. Some of them are already planned to be bonus questions. Some of these we might just not get to because we might not have time because we yapped a little longer than usual today.
I will say, too, by the way, I love your community. I love this community. Everyone's so awesome.
The best.
It's the
best. This is from Karen on Patreon. Hey, Brandon and Joe. You have been working so much lately, which is awesome to see, but I'm sure at times it's exhausting for you guys. What are some things you like to do when you have some downtime to help you recharge and decompress a little? Also, I know it's only August, but it will be Halloween before you know it. I know you both should go to a costume shop on November 1st. I think you both should go to a costume shop on November 1st when everything is on clearance and buy as many superhero costumes as you can.
Spirit Halloween, here we come.
Bonus episodes for you guys have been doing. Yes, if anybody hasn't watched a bonus episode, we do wear superhero costumes.
Thanks, Karen. Thanks for the question.
Just wanted to put that idea in your head now as something to think about. LOL. Have a great week. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate you. Karen's
amazing.
been with this for a while too.
Yeah?
She was asking questions on Facebook at first, and now she's on Patreon, and she's I'm pretty sure she sent emails too. I love Karen, one of the great members of the TBDS community.
I kind of want to know where everyone's from too.
Oh, the Discord has a whole Isabella is putting together.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where in the world people are from and a birthday thing.
Oh,
they celebrate.
What
birthdays.
a community,
It's awesome. It's awesome. And I hope it gets to be a bazillion people. I look at the Basement Yard, and those guys have 40,000 Patreon subscribers. First of all, do you know what we would do with this show if we had 40,000 Patreon subscribers? Do you know?
You know what we would do? Continue to have fun.
100? No. This show will be fun in any scale. It'll be fun for us. It'll be more fun if it was a little bit easier.
Yeah.
There's a little bit less. But the work would go from instead of now putting the hours.
We'd be doing this
editing,
every day.
Oh, it would be daily.
Easily.
I have no doubt this could be daily. But it would also be instead of spending the time on editing and now before you come over setting up the cameras, I'd be able to pay somebody to do that. I'd have more time to prep more talking points, prep more of this, but also just book more people. We could pay guests to come on the show. We could do stuff like that. We'll get there.
Yeah. It's not too far away. It's not too far away.
I say that, though, because, yes, I always do. This will be fun in every iteration. If it stops being fun, we're not doing the show anymore.
Absolutely.
But also, B, I hope that if we get to a point where there's 40,000 people on Patreon or 1 million subscribers on YouTube, whatever it is, that there's still a community where people start to get to know each other. We are getting to know people. We have somebody like we have Mario from last week's episode that we joked last time listener made a joke, not the last time they listened. So there's stuff like that. I just think this community's awesome.
They are awesome. And you know what I've learned about doing these conventions a lot too is we've talked about this before, is had I not been doing this anyway, I'd be attending these conventions. And my favorite part about conventions, so if you ever see me at one of these, please stop and say hi, because I actually love meeting people, and I love meeting people that are into some of the same things I'm into. Yeah. And I also love meeting people that are into things that are different than I am, so I can get into those things. I started slowly getting into anime now.
Ooh.
So I'm dipping my toes, man.
There you go. Yeah. So when you're not working, what are you doing?
Smoking a ton of weed. No,
don't say you're joking.
That's actually true.
It's in California. It's
no, what am I? So I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but I got.
How much weed do you smoke?
Well, I don't smoke when I'm during work hours, obviously.
I got a lot of friends.
All right, so I'm gonna. Here's the backstory on this. I got
friends who are functional highs.
Here's the backstory on this.
Not me.
I really wasn't a weed smoker until COVID, actually, and even throughout high school.
Well, you have asthma.
I do.
Does that fuck with it?
No, I've talked to doctors about this, and they're like, no, as long as you don't smoke cigarettes, is literally what they've told me. So I do have asthma. It can, like, if I have an attack or anywhere near an attack, I won't smoke for a while. I'll like do edibles or whatever. But the reason I even got into this is because I started really studying the medicinal benefits of weed. I wanted to see kind of what it did in terms of medicinal benefits, because my knees are shot from playing football when I was younger. Sometimes I have joint issues.
Got you on the peptides, baby.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about peptides now.
Well, I'm gonna stick with weed.
I don't know much about that.
But yeah, so I started learning the medicinal benefits behind it, and I started learning the science behind it.
Yeah.
And I even wanted to do like a wrestling show about this. Like I wanted to
yeah, high spots.
High spots. I wanted to pair a wrestling match with a strand of weed with Rob Van Dam. The whole effing show. People know that if they're wrestling fans. But I wanted to do something like that. But I got into it, and now I smoke more so for the medicinal benefits than anything else. However, when I am not doing what I am doing, this summer, I stopped watching wrestling almost cold turkey, and I got into the World Cup. Like I got into soccer, and I watched every single World Cup game. I am fully invested into soccer now. LAFC is my team. And then I bought, because it was on sale for like $14, I bought EAFC 26.
Ooh, okay.
And that's literally all I play.
Okay.
Like that. Like on my downtime, I'm either watching soccer.
Do you doom scroll a lot?
No, I'm not usually on social media a ton.
Work on that. I need to work
really?
on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play soccer, like I'll play the game, but if you usually catch me at home, I'm watching soccer. And because there's so many games from around the world that I watch, that's what I do.
I play Fortnite.
Yeah.
Well, my girlfriend lives in another state, and we both like Fortnite, and that is kind of our way of communicating throughout the day. Like,
that's
obviously
great.
We'll FaceTime, we'll text and stuff, but Fortnite's like we can hang out, we can
Was
go.
she into Fortnite before you guys got together?
Yeah, I mean, if I find out she ever played with somebody before me, we're breaking up. But other than that, no, she's a big League of Legends player.
Oh.
So if she's playing solo, she'll probably go play some League of Legends. But we play Fortnite solo too. But if we're playing a game together, we're playing Fortnite, because also she's on PC, I'm on Xbox. What a nerd she is, PC gamer. But I do a lot of Fortnite. I do Rocket League. I'm very excited for Gears of War E-Day and GTA 6 when those come out.
Oh, I saw the preview for GTA 6. Why is that on Netflix, by the way?
Wait, was that real?
Yeah, 100%.
No, did it come out already?
Oh, no, there's a big preview on
coming to Netflix, or it's already out?
It's the preview's out.
Oh,
on
I gotta
Netflix.
watch it. I saw they're doing that.
But I just didn't know what the integration was. I didn't know.
Dude, I don't know.
Netflix. Rockstar makes some great games, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, Red Dead, GTA.
Red Dead. I love Red Dead.
Yeah.
I played that for
Jeffrey Morgan wants to play that guy so bad.
So does Josh Holloway.
He'd be good.
He would be great.
There's a Josh Holloway question coming up today too.
Yes, I know.
Other than that, I mean, I like to build Lego sets.
I like it.
I like to collect Magic the Gathering, especially the Marvel superhero cards.
But you don't know how to play?
I don't know how to. I know how to play, but there's new stuff, so I haven't played it. Haven't built a deck. I like to collect stuff.
Yeah.
Big collector. The sprites in Fortnite really got me. But yeah, that's pretty. I mean, video.
You
gaming,
used to be a big Helldivers fan. I don't know what happened to that.
That was George Kittle and I played Helldivers together.
You're out of that now?
No, Helldivers came and went really quick. But I doom scroll a little more than I'd like to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If I'm not at the gym, which I haven't been at the gym as much lately, lock the fuck in season is still going, people. But
I haven't been to a gym since 2009, brother.
You want to go tomorrow?
No, thank you.
I'm going to the gym tomorrow.
I was at a gym kinda yesterday for this movie.
That's true. We did get a workout. But yeah, I think that was a long way of answering that question.
That's a good question, though.
Yeah, that was
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you, Karen. Joe B. I recently started watching Reacher just for fun too, by the way.
It's such a dad show, but I dig it.
It is pretty good.
I think season 2 is the best.
Joe B. on Patreon asked, "Hello, BD and Joe. I have a question about movie profits. The box office results is a snapshot of the profit the movie studios make after the theater take their cut. When the movie hits on-demand digital, do those numbers get added to box office numbers? Finally, when a movie hits streaming services and is said to be the number one streamed movie for a time, does that offer any financial gain or simply bragging rights with hopes of added subscribers?" All right, let's break this down question by question here.
Yeah,
first.
You're going to be way better at breaking this down than I am. That was, yeah.
Without doing research on this, Joe, this is the way I understand it. When the movie hits on demand digital, do those numbers get added to the box office numbers? No. The box office is the box office that is people who bought a ticket to see it in theaters.
Right.
They will put out, if they want to brag on something, they'll put out numbers about number one most bought on-demand movie.
Do they do total gross, though, after all said and done?
It will not be a box office total gross.
Right, but it would be a total gross.
You could probably look up how much a movie made as a total gross, but Google will probably default to giving you a box office result, I would assume. I don't know for sure. And when a movie hits streaming services, and is said to be the #1 streamed movie for a time. Does that offer a financial gain or simply bragging rights with hopes of added subscribers? I mean, if it's a Marvel movie on Disney Plus, I don't think there's like a direct breakdown of it was streamed for this many minutes, so therefore Marvel gets more money. If it's like, I think, but if it's a Sony movie on Netflix, maybe there's a difference because that's a license.
But also, out of curiosity, I don't know if this ties into it at all, but does it depend on the subscription-based service if there's advertisements in that service? You know what I mean? Like, you know how some of these
that would
things
be
have
valid.
ads?
You have Peacock and you have the one with ads.
Sure,
you have
exactly.
Amazon Prime Video with ads. I would assume that ads are a factor then that can then kick back to the film, the studio that made the movie.
I would just have no honest idea how that business model works.
I mean, to me, that's why streaming is costing them so much money, because they're not selling on demand as much, and they're selling zero.
But then what's the
physical
upside?
media? You get a monthly subscription, and I think theory,
not for a consumer. What's the upside for the studio?
I think that the business model is X number of monthly consumers of guaranteed $15, $20 a month.
It must equate to a certain number that
but
then
it
they can
hasn't
give to
been profitable
advertisers
yet for most of the streaming
Sure,
services. That's why everybody's getting fucking fired everywhere, because all these studios, fucking morons, bet on streaming so exasperatingly that now they completely cut the physical media stream. That is like a second box office, because you'd get on demand, you'd get physical media, and then it could go stream somewhere for free on Netflix or some shit, which isn't free. It's still a monthly cost. You get your license fee, but they took an entire portion of that out. And yes, they replaced it with streaming monthly fees, but that also eats into on-demand purchases, because why would I would never, ever buy a movie on demand unless I really, really want to see it today, because it's going to be on streaming that I already paid for 3 weeks later.
I'm not going to lie. I'm guilty of buying certain... Like, I bought Superman on demand for this specific reason.
But there's exceptions.
I wanted to support Superman. I'm a big Superman fan. And I wanted to watch that because I remember... I hadn't seen a movie that many times in a theater in a long time. Like, I think I saw that movie 6 times in theaters. So, I'm a big Superman fan.
Great.
And I love that movie. And I wanted to watch it as soon as it got released on streaming. I also bought Supergirl because I'm a big DC fan.
Did you ever watch it, though?
No.
I respect that. I respect you buying it to support the brand.
Listen, I love DC. I'm a big DC fan. I know we're going to talk more about it.
I got offered to get sent like a Supergirl PR package, and I was like, is there a budget for me to post about this? And they said, no, it's just stuff. And I was like, no, so send it to someone else.
I'll pass.
But I'm at that point now with most things.
Sure.
Like if it's...
Well, that's extra time for you. You have to put content together.
It takes me a couple hours to make that. Like, oh no, boo-hoo, I have to open up a Supergirl box and make a piece of content about it. Or whatever movie box.
But time is... I think as I'm getting older, I realize...
Especially for home release.
Yeah, time is really valuable.
Like
how
Violent
you spend
Night
it.
2 sent me a promo box thing that they didn't pay for. They just sent me something funny. But I was like, you know what? I want to do this junket. Maybe posting this will...
You know what? I feel... Speaking of things that we get sent, I missed out on this, and I don't know why I didn't say yes to it at the time, but the One Wish Willow. They offered to send it to me.
Oh, don't even started on Obsession.
They offered to send it to me, and I was like, they were like, I was just like, they were like, do you want one of these? Like, no, I was like, I'm good. And I wish now I would have said yes. I know, I'm an idiot.
Generational.
I just recently rewatched that movie again.
Great movie.
Fantastic.
Great movie.
Fantastic. You know what's crazy? I was thinking about Indy Neveready today as I was coming out, because in Superman and Lois, the show, season 4, or the last season they have, I think season 5, I think. The last season, she's not really in it, so because they couldn't pay for the whole cast. And I was like, man, what a missed opportunity.
Whew.
Right? She's such a great actor.
All right, Mario Solis via Patreon.
Mario, it's me. It's a Mario.
It's a Mario.
I love Mario.
He's back for more. He said, I like it the way you said my name last week.
Oh, man. We apologize to any Italian viewers that may be watching. This is not...
I come from an Italian family. This is what
you
it's
can
like.
do that.
This is what it's like.
Hey, it's me, Brandon.
Before my grandparents passed away, I'd go home. I'd go to my grandparents' house, and they say, "Hello, Brandon.
Did they really have an accent?
Nice to see you." No, my grandmother was German, and she had an accent. But my grandfather was very Italian.
Really?
Frank.
Oh, that's
Comito.
Oh yeah, it doesn't get more Italian than that. He's like, "Hey, paisano, get over here."
God
slapping
bless.
in the back of the head.
I'll tell you what. The only thing I know how to say it in Italian is curse words.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
Forget about it. So Mario, this is a question from Mario via Patreon. I'm so sorry, Mario.
Mario, first of all, you're the best. Thanks for sticking around.
Hello, BD and Joe. I decided not to be a last-time listener despite the Mario jokes. My question this week is, do you think RDJ's Doom will stick around? Okay, here we go.
Lock in for a real question, baby.
Do you think RDJ's Doom will stick around for future Fantastic Four films? I think making more movies without a Doom would be a mistake, and I think a potential post-Secret Wars reset could provide the opportunity for a recast. A recast would also alleviate the criticism that RDJ's Doom isn't comic accurate, although it may be unwarranted criticism since people haven't seen the movie and are making assumptions from only 2 trailers.
Facts. Listen, he's right. I'll be honest with you, though. When it first was announced as Doom, and I knew it was Victor Von Doom, I was a little disappointed. Not gonna lie, I was on that boat of like, why are we recasting Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom? But as we get closer, and as I've seen those trailers, I'm excited. I'm pretty freaking excited. Here's the thing, though: Secret Wars is interesting because, like, I don't know what you do. Do you recast everybody? Do you pick and do you cherry pick? I feel like James Gunn kind of went through this a little bit with Peacemaker and the DCU. So I'm very curious to see what you have to say about this.
It's a Doom.
Hey, Reed, it's a me. It's a Doom.
Did you do this, Victor? It's a me. It's a Doom.
Of course I did.
Can we shout out real quick? What a magnificent line delivery by Pedro Pascal on the "Did you do this, Victor?" Like that I don't even really need to know the full context of the scene. One of the best line deliveries for a trailer of any Marvel movie ever.
Yeah, one of the best DC lines is, "But it could be more." Whatever he says.
It could be more. Something's good, but it could be better.
It could be better. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I agree with you, though. Honestly, I think that you know what's interesting? I'm not a big Fantastic Four movie fan. Like, I didn't like the movie.
It was fine.
It was okay.
It was good.
It was okay.
Better than Supergirl.
I'm not going to compare movies, but for me, it was
not as good as Thunderbolts. Better than Cap 4.
It was okay. For what I wanted from the Fantastic Four. Maybe I wanted something differently. Maybe it's also
I didn't want a retro-futuristic Galactus story.
Yeah.
I didn't need an alternate Earth, retro-futuristic.
I will say this, though. I'm so happy that Sue was like the big hero in that movie because I love Sue.
The movie's fine. It's good.
No, I wouldn't say it's good. It's fine.
I think it's good. It's fine.
Well,
it's fine good.
Okay. It's
okay. A PSA good.
It's okay.
But I would have rather them been main MCU timeline characters.
Yes.
And I'd rather the Latvian missing person from the United Nations meeting was on Earth 616.
But look, it's easy for us to say that now because we've seen the movie. But I think that without Doomsday being the connective tissue, maybe it may change my perspective on Fantastic Four.
Agree.
So I
just don't.
As a movie,
I don't want an alternate universe with Fantastic Four going forward.
Oh,
I just put it all in one.
Listen,
put it all in one.
I am with you. I want one Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes, the multiverse can exist or whatever, but I want us to focus with all the characters living in one place.
Yes, please, I beg.
Give me a Baxter building in the same place we get Avengers Tower. You know what I mean?
Brother.
I want Spider-Man swinging those New York streets.
Will RDJ stay as Doom after Doomsday and Secret Wars? No, I say no.
You say no?
I say no. I think RDJ maybe. If he continues as anything post Doomsday and Secret Wars, it's as Iron Man, but I think no.
You know what? I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say yes. Honestly, I have no idea.
We have been faced with an unthinkable decision.
I have no clue, but I'm just gonna say yes just because you said no.
Stolen lives.
I hope he stays on its some capacity in MCU. How did you learn this monologue already? How many times have you?
You will beg for hell long before I grant it.
How many times have you watched that trailer? Really?
Hell answers to me. Yeet.
Yeet.
I'm working on it. I'm working on the Doom impression. Wait, so who do you do a good impression of? Anybody? Come on.
I don't know. You. Well, hello there. No, I don't know.
It's like if me and Burnt Peanut had a baby.
Who do I used to do a really good Macho Man. I don't know if I can do it right now, but I used to do a really.
So if Macho Man met Doom and they were talking about the trailer.
Okay, let's see. If he met Doom, I can't do it right now. Oh, yeah. I gotta get in the raspiness. Here we go one more time. Yeah, I'm gonna take it to Dr. Doom right here with the mega elbow. I'm gonna raise the roof, cream of the crop, get that Infinity Gun and stick it right. Ooh, yeah, Macho Madness, yeah.
Macho Man. I did like a Dr. Doom Macho Man Nacho Libre voice there for a second.
That would have been a mix.
Unthinkable Macho.
We should do Marvel WWE mashups. Hey, Triple H is writing a Spider-Man comic.
That was interesting to find out at D23.
At your panel.
Yeah. All right. Hey, thank you for the question.
So you say no, I say yes.
No. I say a hard no. RDJ is not playing Doom post Secret Wars.
You know what? I'm going to say yes.
He would have to be the most popular character ever. Do you know how much it costs to put Robert Downey Jr. in these fucking movies?
That's not cheap. It's the budget of a movie by itself.
But it's multiple movies.
Yeah.
Do you know how many obsessions you could make with what they're paying?
What a metric. What a metric to use.
You could make more than 100 obsessions.
He's not getting $100 million.
That's the rumor. That's what Variety said.
$100 million?
For the two movies. They said he's getting a 9-figure salary
but for
the
many
return
movies?
to Marvel. 2 movies. I'm assuming that if that's true, it's 2 movies, the park stuff, the promotion of Ironheart that he did, everything. I think it's everything all up is a 9-figure thing, which if that's true, this is from Variety.
That's a lot of money.
You could literally make like 115 obsessions.
I don't know.
I could stay in this Airbnb.
Listen, I'll say this.
Next generation and next generation.
I don't. Interesting with Robert Downey Jr. is like if anything, I actually think that dude's equity is worth everything though, because if he even puts his name as like produced by Robert Downey Jr. in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he can be on this forever.
There are a few people who have that movie star power. He's one of them. He's one of them.
Also, it's warranted.
Professor Whitmire on Patreon.
Yes.
Hey, BD and Joe. Aaron mentioned this earlier this week on Phase Hero, which by the way has a new YouTube channel. It is youtube.com/@PhaseHero.
Hey, go check him out. Go hit that smash that subscribe button.
Aaron mentioned this earlier this week on Phase Hero, but a good friend of mine also asked me why I thought Haley Atwell came out with Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. at D23, since he didn't think she was going to have a huge role in Doomsday. So I thought I'd ask you guys to weigh in. Does Peggy possibly have more of a substantive role than we thought? Or is this a nod to her multiversal importance in What If? Or are enough high-profile female cast members behind the Latverian witch masks that Haley and Florence are the women they can actually put out front without spoilers? I like that one.
I like that one a lot,
Or
too.
maybe it has more to do with marketing and the lack of women in the initial chairs rollout. Do you think any of these is on the right track? Have a good one, guys.
Great question.
I like the theory that a lot of high-profile female cast members are the Latverian witches.
Same.
And they have to be a secret. I don't think there's going to be as much of that as people think.
Really?
No, I don't.
Why are you saying this like you've seen the movie or something?
I haven't seen the movie.
You're speaking as if who's not in the movie? Would you say is it Tiana Paris?
I know what you're talking about.
So I don't know. I don't know what's happening because I stay away from spoilers.
I don't know anything for sure.
This guy here.
I don't know anything for sure. What do I know for sure?
Look,
nothing.
I think Peggy is going to have a big role to play in this movie.
They are not incorporating What If. They do not give a shit. I don't believe it for one second that Doomsday is going to have a shred of a reference to What If.
I would agree.
Not a shred.
But I think the Steve Rogers, Peggy Carter connection and where they end up, I think is going to be important to the film.
Yes.
And I think that's why she's there.
She's going to get sliced in half in this first scene of the movie.
That would be terrible.
That's not going to happen.
That would be terrible.
I think she's going to be a pretty big part. I think Doom is coming for the kids.
Yeah.
He's going after Franklin. He's going after Steve.
Oh, I wanted to mention something. Go ahead.
Maybe Steve doesn't even have a kid. Maybe that was Franklin. I don't know.
Maybe.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just throwing shit.
I will say this. This isn't to answer your question, but you mentioned Peggy Carter, so I wanted to bring this up. Remember the Vision trailer?
Yeah. Vision Quest?
Yeah, Vision Quest. So I love the fact that the dude that played Jarvis in the Peggy Carter show is in the Vision Quest show. So does that mean that the Agent Carter, James Darcy?
Yeah, James Darcy.
Does that mean that the Agent Carter show is now canon to the MCU?
I think the Agent Carter show was always kind of canon.
Well, it's not in that. It's not in that official timeline on Disney Plus.
Well, it was made by Marvel TV before Marvel TV worked more closely with Marvel Studios, so I don't think anything like.
Well, so was the Netflix stuff, and that's in there.
Yeah, but like they're like it's a little more concretely canon than the DCU prior to James Gunn.
But then why include the Netflix stuff if it's You know what I mean? Why include it in that timeline?
I am a timeline continuity canon snob.
I am too.
I don't know.
I'd assume that it is, though.
I think Haley Atwell is on there because it's a good look to have women be at the forefront of the marketing campaign. You can't just have all dudes all the time. And also, I think she's down. Like, I think Haley Atwell is cool as hell. I think she's talented. I think she's charismatic. I think she's fun to watch. I think people like Haley Atwell. Yeah. I know Peggy Carter's not a super popular character. I don't really care.
But she's made Peggy Carter like more popular than she probably could have been, I think.
Yes, but also to quote, to speak in wrestling terms, I think the MCU has pushed Peggy Carter too hard.
So you don't think she's getting over?
Spots. I think they've pushed her into main event spots too often, and anytime you try to shove a character down the fans' throats, they can't get over. They get booed out of the building, and it's go away heat. It's not good heat. You try to build a baby face that the crowd doesn't want as a baby face because it's the only person who can show up to work every day.
Because the crowd ain't popping.
It is Cody Rhodes. There is nothing Cody Rhodes can do right now to get himself more over. He is showing up. He's doing the work. He's there all the time. The only thing that can make him more popular is to go away for a while.
The only thing that can make him more popular is to become a heel.
Sure, right. They make Peggy Carter a heel, make her a villain.
Well, I mean, that's where that'd
be wild.
Theory doesn't quite translate. I mean, hey, that would be wild. Maybe she is one of these Doom. What are they? The Doom witches?
Doom is the divorce attorney.
Oh man.
No, I think she's down. I think they need a woman to promote the movie. You just can't have all dudes all the time. And I think she probably has a decent role. I don't think she's going to be Captain Carter in this movie.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think whenever Steve gets yanked out of that existence to go to war again with the Avengers, she's going with him.
Let me ask you this. I know that there's been a lot of rumors out there, and we know we know rumored people that are coming back. Do you think there's still surprises of people that we don't know that are in the film?
Yeah. I know.
I certainly hope so.
I know this is me knowing something and not knowing the full thing. I know there are a number, and I know I was told a number from multiple people. Mm-hmm. There's a number of actors that you would recognize and know who they are playing that are in this movie that did not have chairs. Multiple. There are some who we've heard rumors about that I think are in that chair, that non-chair, whatever, think are in that number. But there's a number that, and the number is bigger than any of the rumors could even amount to if they were all true.
Really?
Based on the rumors I've seen that I give credence to.
So, I know this is the 34th episode. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was that movie. I felt like that was one of the movies.
I don't think Doctor Strange is in this movie.
Well, that was my point. My whole thing is there were so many rumored cameos within that movie during that time. Do you remember this?
Yes.
I remember there was, what was it? What is his name? Balder the Brave?
Daniel Craig was going to do it.
Daniel Craig. So there's so many of these different rumors that were out there that never came to fruition. Do you think that it's going to be some misdirections like that? But for the most part, though, that plot leak for Multiverse Madness was true.
I don't read plot leaks. I unwillingly, unconsensually get rumor shit reports in my feeds.
I know.
When I open Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, it's and so there's
Listen,
so
I just
many
saw
of them.
one of them today from one of our friends. I'm not going to name who, and I was like, oh.
There's so many of them that I can often go, it's probably bullshit, and hopefully just forget that I even saw that. And sometimes there's some that catch on because they come from a source that more people cover them. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, well, that one's going to be true because I'm seeing it over and over again. But yeah, I think some of it's going to be bullshit. I think some of it's going to be surprises, and some of it's going to be on the money. Mm-hmm. And that sucks. That's spoiler culture now. I don't know why everybody wants to spoil
But you know
everything.
what? At the end of the
Dropping
day, though,
a fucking plot point is not a scoop. It's not breaking news.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and I used to argue that, like, I was
the guy that used to do stuff like that, though.
But you stopped.
I did.
I broke one of the last castings I ever broke was Charlie Cox being in Spider-Man No Way Home. And I remember breaking that, and people were like, "What the fuck, man? I don't with this." First of all, there was two camps. One was people mad at me, calling me a liar. I don't know why. They thought I was lying. I wasn't. And the second was people mad at me for saying that at all.
Sure.
And I knew it was true. Now, I didn't know it could get cut from the movie, and then I learned, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that because I could lose credibility because if they cut his scene, and then the people are going to be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about.
Which happens.
Which does happen. I mean, it just happened with Rosario Dawson in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yeah.
But based on the reaction from people that were like, why'd you say this? I was like, damn, you know what? And at the time, I was like, it's casting. It's a casting news. It's an actor in a movie. But that moment would have been better if none of us knew. And if I didn't say it, someone else would have. But ever since then, I don't break casting news. I learn a lot of things that I don't share because I don't even want to know them myself. I think it's cool to like learn stuff, know stuff, whatever. But I also try, like, I'm in the room with people who make these things, and I never ask.
Yeah, I'd say, so there was, I think it's already, I don't remember which, maybe it was a Variety that reported it, but it was like Blue Beetle's coming back for Man of Tomorrow is the thing, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, I almost wish I didn't know, so I could have been surprised. Like, oh, Jaime's back.
Might have been Nexus Point. I don't remember who broke that.
Oh, was it? It was somebody that broke it, and I was like, oh, damn it. Like, I wish. So I get it. Like, I'm usually whatever with spoiler culture, if I'm being honest with you. Like, it doesn't really take away from the movie for me, because still, it's seeing for me is everything.
Yeah.
Hearing it's one thing.
I spoil it. Having something spoiled does ruin it for me. I had Superman's death in Batman vs Superman spoiled for me.
I was
so mad about that.
I tell you how I accidentally spoiled that for somebody, by complete accident. So I was at a comic store, no less, with all my friends, and we were shooting way back. We used to shoot at a comic store way back in the day, and I went to like an advanced screening, and I told one of my friends at the time that was working for like DC, but he was working in the comic side of things, and he called me and he was like, man, you know, I was walking down the toy aisle at Target, and there's so many Superman toys here. There's no way they're gonna kill him, and I like forgot the movie hadn't come out yet, and I just looked at everybody. I was like, this dude doesn't think that Superman's gonna die in the movie. And then everyone was like, what? And I was like, oh shit. And it was bad. Yeah,
you kind of messed that one up there.
I did. I
shouldn't have done that, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Han Solo dies
Thanks.
in episode 7.
Oh shit.
Oh, my bad. All right, we're gonna switch over to DC for a bit here.
Yep.
Kevin via email. With Supergirl struggling at the box office, but Lantern's doing well, do you think James Gunn's DC universe has to focus on better-known characters like Batman and Wonder Woman going forward? Do you think the Jimmy Olsen show they just announced will be a success, and how would you even measure that? Thanks, as always, BD and Joe. Special K. Kevin, that's got to be Kevin's first time asking
Special
a question.
K. Let's go.
I would remember the name Special K. We got Mario and the Special K.
The Special K. Let's go.
The Special K. Well, special. I feel like I cannot even. I feel like
Special K is a great name, though.
I feel like I can't call somebody Special K. I feel like that's a cancelable offense.
No, that's
I mean, they called themselves that.
The cereal calls himself that.
That's what it is, a cereal, but it just feels wrong. I don't know. I just feel like you can't. It just feels wrong. Supergirl struggled at the box office. Supergirl did terribly at the box office. There's no other way to put it. It is a better movie than the box office reflects. I'll say that. It's not a phenomenal movie, but it's a better movie than a box office bomb.
Okay, that's a take.
Lanterns is doing well. 9.3 million viewers in the first few days last week. That's very good. 5th biggest HBO Max debut of all time. Biggest DC
awesome.
TV debut. James Gunn's DC Universe should focus on characters like Batman and Wonder Woman. Now, I'm assuming this Special K is lumping Lanterns in with the likes of...
Look outside. What is that?
A car.
Oh.
Scared the shit out of me.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. We're on a hill, so I didn't know.
I thought there was like somebody outside.
I thought it was like a
door.
plane like flying through. I was like, what the fuck is that? All right, no, we're good.
Where were you 20 years ago, 25 years ago?
You know,
1 week from now.
I woke up. I was asleep because I was like, you
were smoking weed.
I was in college, I think. I was like, just got to college.
You were in wait a second. In 2001, you were in college?
I graduated in 2000.
I was in 4th grade.
Yeah. It was my freshman year. So here's the thing. I rarely went to school.
We don't need to go down the 9/11.
Yeah.
Where were you on 9/11? Yeah. That was just the fact that you thought a plane was in the backyard.
I thought it was a helicopter. I didn't know what it was. Like, why is a helicopter so close? Because look, you guys can't see this, but we're in the Hollywood Hills in this area. And I was like, is a helicopter just that close? I just didn't know what it was. Could it have been an alien?
Helicopter.
It could have been an alien.
Silent helicopter.
It could have been one of the Guardians recruiting me. I don't know.
What the fuck?
I have no fear.
About?
You know the Guardians, the green bubble, fucking.
These
Green
people
Lantern?
don't watch Lanterns.
Well, apparently 9 million people do watch Lanterns.
Lanterns is phenomenal. Lanterns now I will officially declare must-watch TV. It's so good.
Easy.
So, do you think?
I'll say this though, man. It's interesting because I've talked to a lot of friends after that first episode, and I found myself having to like defend this show. I realize
people didn't like it.
Here's the thing. I realize the people that didn't like it. I understand why they didn't like it.
Racist.
No, no. But I actually think it's because they wanted the spectacle. And everything that this one person in particular that I was talking to, all the stuff that he essentially wanted he essentially described the Ryan Reynolds movie. And I was like, oh, so you wanted that. And he was like, well, not necessarily. And I was like, well, you wanted the spectacle. For me, I said this earlier, it's such a great character show. And at the center of the mystery has me intrigued. And I like the Green Lanterns. But to answer that question, yes, I do think DC needs to focus on some of these prime characters, some of these bigger characters like the Green Lantern. I think our biggest, both you and I both said this very publicly, is like, I think my biggest complaint about the show is that it isn't accessible to kids.
Yeah.
Because the Green Lantern is such a big character that you'd want that to be a little bit of a thing. Not saying that won't happen later on down the line. I don't know what the plan for never mind. I don't know what the plan for the DCU is, but yes, I definitely think you need to focus on some of these bigger characters. Yeah. Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash.
Well, look, you're getting Wonder Woman. Presumably, we're getting Wonder Woman in Man of Tomorrow.
Are we?
I think so.
We don't know that.
No, we don't. But to answer, look, we got this Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd show announced.
There's a focus group that wanted that movie. That focus group is called Nobody.
Relax. Am I asking? That show. Am I the one asking for a Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd show? No.
I'll say that. Look,
would I be lying if they said, hey, you could have this show or just not have the show? I'd pick the show. Because I think Skylar Gisondo is very talented. Totally. He is a standout part of the Superman movie. Unless you really hate that brand of humor, which is, it's not for everybody. I get it. But I thoroughly enjoyed his version of Jimmy Olsen. Oh, yeah. I think his whole thing with Sarah Sampaio's Eve Tessmacher was great. This dude's a ladies' man. Like, it's hilarious. He's just an idiot who keeps stumbling upwards with his love life.
He's not an idiot. Well, that guy's the smartest guy in the room sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Well, they're neither of them really are idiots, but they still kind of are. They still he's an idiot for not recognizing what he's got there.
Look, I think one thing that we're noticing about this Jimmy Olsen, I refuse to call him an idiot because I think that we're planting the seeds of a really good.
He looked at pictures of Eve Tessmacher and said, "You think she's hot?"
I get it. Well, yes, certain parts of him, he's an idiot. I'm not going to objectify women based on their looks.
I'm of the belief that he's a villain.
No,
if anyone else did what he did, he would be a villain because of what he did to that woman. He left her in a death closet. He used
Jimmy Olsen?
He put her in a dangerous situation.
Listen,
used her to get information and left her there. Jimmy Olsen is a fucking villain.
He's a reporter.
Reporters just can't endanger their sources and leave them hang out to dry.
He didn't endanger anybody.
Especially if they're using the fact that their inside source is sexually attracted to them to get inside information and then leave them out there to get fucked and not in the way that they want to.
Did I say Jimmy Olsen was a good person? No, I just said
villain.
He's a reporter. He is a reporter reporting on stories.
Villain.
Reporter.
I think he's entertaining though. In real life, wouldn't be a very good person. As a movie character, he's fun to watch.
I don't know about I'm not going to prejudge this show because I don't know anything about it besides what was announced.
I'm there day one, no matter what, because I like what James Gunn is doing with his universe. Did I ask for this? Would I rather have Booster Gold first?
Look. I'm interested to see where all of this goes.
This shit's going to be funny.
I'm interested to see where all of this goes.
Hilarious.
But I feel that and this is what I do like about, I like about this about both companies. I feel like we always compare DC and Marvel a lot. I guess they're both superhero companies.
Yeah,
and it's
making movies and TV shows.
But I think that with DC, I think the bigger problem, honestly, is that the Batman isn't in the DCU. I know that there's people that want him in the DCU. I know there's people that don't want him in the DCU. I think that the reason I like DC so much, though, is I can read a comic like Batman or like what is it? The Long Halloween, which takes place in the DCU, but then also read a Superman comic which takes place in the same universe. I like that Gotham feels like a real lived-in city. It has its own character and its own vibe. Do I want to see a brighter, do I want to see a different take on that within the James Gunn DCU? I personally would rather just go with Matt Reeves' version because I think that Matt Reeves' version of Batman in Gotham is what I wanted. Batman feels like a detective for the first time in cinematic history.
So does Jon Stewart.
100%.
By the way.
But Batman's known as the greatest detective, right?
No, 100%.
So and I feel that for me, that's the Batman that I want to see with Superman. He ain't even got those neck collar
my
thingies.
Only complaint about Pattinson's Batman is he's scrawny.
Brother, you know Batman's a goddamn ninja, right? Like how many giant ninjas do you see?
Pattinson's scrawny.
Look. The whole point of Batman is using,
and I think he's phenomenal.
The whole point of Batman is using the intimidation factor and the lights and shadows as your advantage.
If I see Batman moving through Gotham and looking at the homeless people and saying, "Get these beggars out of here,"
what are you talking about?
It's an Odyssey reference. Don't you remember Christopher Nolan's epic movie from earlier this year?
Oh. It is.
You really don't doom scroll. That beggars thing.
I don't doom scroll. I told you, I'm off of social media if it's not for like.
The beggars thing is like the biggest meme.
I think I give a shit what the biggest meme is. Now, I honestly don't know what you're talking about. Now everyone's gonna send me this meme, right? Anyway.
Well, if they sent it to you, it'd be questionable. It'd be pretty questionable to send you that meme. I think Pattinson is a phenomenal Batman. I think he's a phenomenal actor. I would say the same if Chris Hemsworth.
You know why I like him?
And wanted to keep playing Thor. I like when actors who play these characters from comics, especially the character Batman. It does. You think that Pattinson's physique is in line with any portrayal of that character in comics?
Well, here's the thing.
And I'm not saying it is superhero physiques in comics are not designed to be attainable human physiques.
I'm going to tell you why I still think Batman or Pattinson's the better Batman or the best Batman even. Or the right Batman for this universe is because the way that Batman should be beating people is with his mind, not his body. No, that should be the least amount of these things. At the end of the day, he's the smartest man in the room.
I mean, you're making me feel stupid because, like, I agree.
But if that's the case, look, physical peak of fitness is
he's still going to be hanging with the fucking Justice League. He's going to be standing side by side with David Gordon, Sweat Superman.
But the fact of the matter is that knowing that I can beat all these dudes and not look like them is kind of a fucking thing. Like, I think that's pretty fucking cool. Like, that I don't need to have the physical stature of Superman, but knowing I could beat this dude. That's fucking swag, bro.
Yes, it's cool.
But also, it's like, to me, if you're going to be the smartest man in that universe, or arguably one of the smartest men in that universe, and know that, like, all right, I can beat this person, my mind alone, okay, let's go. That's what Batman's all about, using everything to his advantage.
In any case, I do think that it would be beneficial to the DC Universe to focus on these big hitter characters. However, 20 years from now, whoever is running the DC Universe 20, 30, 40 years from now is going to be very grateful for the fact that Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd are getting a show now. Is going to be very grateful that
Peacemaker I will say.
And the next question, by the way, because whatever you're about to say, I think could also lead to the answer to this, because we do have to wind down here. Okay. Running out of time. From DJ Dave, who posted on the Discord a video of him shouting out one of the Discord members' birthdays from his DJ booth at the club.
No way.
It's pretty cool, yeah. Hey, BD and Joe, hope all is well and you've recovered from a manic few weeks. Lanterns has posted some big viewing numbers. Wonder Man has cited lack of eyeballs for its cancellation. Spider-Man Brand New Day has done huge numbers at the global box office. Supergirl, not so much. Is one studio producing these things people want to watch on a big screen and the other is better suited for the small screen? Is it the choice of character that's causing these hits and misses? Make it make sense. It can't be so-called superhero fatigue when these projects are doing such stellar numbers. As always, all the best from DJ Booth, DJ Dave. And this might be our last question of the day here. We might have time for one or two more.
I'll tell you what, I was so disappointed with the cancellation of Wonder Man.
I completely
for
agree.
A handful of reasons. I mean, the obvious choice or obvious reason. But I also think that, I would say this about DC a lot, is that the Batman universe with Matt Reeves, I felt like that was Warner Brothers and DC's award bait, right? It had a lot of Emmy nominations. I think it won maybe one or two for Penguin. And The Batman is one of these movies that the Batman 2 now, or The Batman, it reminds me of that Christopher Nolan run where it was getting this great critical acclaim. And now I look at Wonder Man because I was like, well, Marvel doesn't really have award bait until you had Wonder Man. Wonder Man was fantastic. It was such a great character piece and a great character study. And the acting was top notch. It was fantastic.
Wonder Man's great. Wonder Man's phenomenal.
Tell me, it's so funny.
I'm pissed that it should not have.
It's one of these things where it's like, man, I didn't know I needed this show. Like it was so good. I loved that show.
I think the biggest difference in what we see on TV from DC and Marvel, I mean this with all the respect in the world to people like Elizabeth Olsen, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, even Charlie Cox, I'd say. But I think Daredevil is the most watched Disney Plus thing, so maybe that is the exception. Iman Vellani.
Yep. Dominique
Dominique Thorne.
Dominique
I think
Thorne.
Oscar Isaac is probably an exception to what I'm going to say. I'd say Tom Hiddleston is an exception. Jeremy Renner is an exception, I think. Haley Steinfeld. But if you look at Marvel's shows and the people who lead these shows, and you compare them to who leads Peacemaker, the Penguin, and Lanterns least of the bunch probably. You got John Cena, Colin Farrell, and then you still have Kyle Chandler. I don't know if Aaron Pierre is like a household name yet. I think he's done a lot of really big projects, but I don't know if they've landed in like a mainstream way.
I mean, I think that
he's certainly comparable to Elizabeth Olsen. I'd say they're probably similar in sort of household name.
No, I think Elizabeth Olsen is. She's done it. She has a pretty big body of work.
Yeah, but I just don't like. I know everything.
Like
she's
cinematically,
done.
I mean,
like if film. I always say, think of it like
Wind River. Like there's so many.
I don't know why I call it the Uber driver test. They don't sponsor me, but an Uber driver test is what I call it because if you call an Uber, someone random shows up to your house to drive you somewhere. If someone random showed up to your front door, an Uber driver, if you get in the car and you ask them, "Do you know who this person is?" Do you think there's the same likelihood that they'll know who Elizabeth Olsen is that they know who Aaron Pierre is?
I think
probably Elizabeth Olsen a little bit more.
Oh yeah, I mean she's been like Godzilla. Okay. There's just a handful of like big movies she's been in.
So he did what was the Netflix movie Rebel Ridge, which was great.
Yeah, I mean he also was in Mufasa.
Yes, but animated.
Yeah.
So anyway, but Kyle Chandler, my mom knows Kyle Chandler.
You know, Kyle Chandler's honestly, I honestly think Kyle Chandler's such an underrated actor. He's one of those actors that like just like every performance that he is in, he is great. Yeah. Mayor of Kingstown. Friday Night Lights, The Wolf of Wall Street, right? There's so many great roles that this dude has. I think Kyle Chandler is such a perfect choice for Hal Jordan.
Yeah, and I think he's quite famous.
Yeah, and he can do. I think he's also a person, much like Elizabeth Olsen, honestly, that can go from film and television seamlessly.
So my point is this: I think there's more star power in the DC TV shows on average. Ooh.
I mean, you're not counting Oscar Isaac. You're not counting Tom Hiddleston?
On average, I'd say like.
Well,
let's say this. I'd say I'd say 2 out of 3 of the DC projects have A-list celebrities as the leading actor. Does any Marvel project have A-list celebrities? John Cena is one of the most famous people in the world.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell is one of the most famous actors in the world.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Colin Farrell.
Paul Bettany.
You think Paul Bettany is as famous as John Cena?
I think Paul Bettany's as famous as Colin Farrell.
Maybe you could. Yes, okay. You could compare that. I'd say that's fair.
I think John Cena's a little different because he already came with a built-in audience, global audience.
No, that's what I mean, though. That's what I mean. So did Colin Farrell.
Yeah, totally. But that's why Paul Bettany's like this. I mean, look, both him and Colin Farrell, I feel like career-wise.
However, Paul Bettany outside of the MCU. How much? I mean,
A Beautiful Mind. Like
yes.
Paul Bettany is like.
What's the tennis movie he did too? That was
a great film
that
too.
Wimbledon? Was that him?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was a good movie though. But look, I don't know. My point is 2 out of 3 DC TV shows have A-list talent at the top of the card, where Marvel is maybe 50% of them have somebody
Yahya and Aaron Pierre, like in terms of star power, are very similar currently. I think both of those guys.
A little bit ahead of him. He was in The Matrix. He was in
Yahya?
Aquaman.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like
he was in franchises before that. That's what I mean. Is like became more.
I think that I can easily see just how
Sir Ben Kingsley in Wonder Man though.
Exactly,
Yeah,
Sir Ben
true.
Kingsley. But I feel like Yahya and Aaron, at least their trajectory in terms of Hollywood is similar, if that makes any sense. It feels as if it's a little similar.
You ever watch Chappelle's Show?
I love the Chappelle Show.
Black actors.
Hey man, both those guys excel. I love those guys. Aaron Pierre.
Man, Chappelle's Show is crazy.
Aaron Pierre. Yeah, I think Yahya is a phenomenal actor.
They're two dudes. I have never met Aaron Pierre. I don't think. I think Yahya is cool as hell. I think he's a great actor. I honestly think he deserves to be further along than he is right now.
Who, Aaron Pierre? Or Yahya?
Yahya.
Oh yeah.
I don't know enough about Aaron Pierre to say that yet. Like
the trial of the Chicago.
Yahya's been great, man.
Yeah, man. That guy doesn't miss.
I feel like he gets cast in things that, like Aquaman 1, he was the best part of Aquaman 1, and then Aquaman 2 was just like he was better than the movie. Matrix 4, he was better than the movie.
The trial of the Chicago 7 or whatever it was, he was fantastic in that.
I like Yahya a lot. At Aaron Pierre, I just know less about.
I think there was one called
never met
One
him.
Night in Miami or something that he was in where he played.
What is that called? Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, right? He was fantastic in that.
Who else? That was a stacked cast.
Stacked cast.
That movie's really good.
It is really good.
What is it called? Isn't that the Malcolm X and
Yep,
MLK movie?
Yeah, well, I think Malcolm's in the movie, but it was yeah.
So it's talking about the
fantastic film.
Yes, that movie's good.
Yeah, I'll tell you, but I think in Wonder Man, you see, like, I don't know, just even the process as an actor that character Simon goes through. Yaya's had to perform all that, and he does it so convincingly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, I think 2 out of 3 DC projects have A-list talent at the top of it, and I'd say Marvel is maybe 50% of them have a household name at the top of the card.
But there's just so much more.
There's so much more Marvel.
Right.
Which is another reason why I think some of them get
But look,
less ratings.
now we have this, you know what's a great, now we have this Jimmy Olsen Gorilla Grodd show, and like, look at that cast. I mean, I feel like that's more comparable to like an Ironheart, if you will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If Ironheart debuted in a movie first. But
Yeah,
she did,
she
actually.
did.
Black
She did.
Panther
Yeah,
Wakanda
she
Forever.
totally-
So
yeah.
that's a perfect comparison.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the sauce is. I do think superhero fatigue. I think there is a little bit of I think there's a little bit of that existing.
I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
I think because if Fantastic Four or Supergirl or even Captain America 4, if those were 2018 movies,
Oh, totally.
I think we all would have liked them a little bit more, and we all would have come out. And Quantumania
Yeah.
would have even been more forgiven if it came out in 2017.
During COVID,
Secret Invasion at no point would have been forgivable.
to me, it's my least
And
favorite.
I'll tell you what part of that is that they lost our trust in the sense that they're not paying things off. Yeah. We're seeing credit scenes that we don't trust are going to matter anymore.
You know, so it's so funny. I'm interviewing Kit Harington tomorrow for Tale of Two Cities.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely asking about if he's going to reprise his role as the Black
He's going
Knight.
to say, I don't know.
And sure, but the thing
Ghost
is,
Rider's right around the
but
corner.
you're completely right, though, right? There's so many of these characters that are kind of set up or teased, and it's like, am I ever going to see Hercules again?
Hercules, Clea,
Well, Clea,
Black Knight,
I think we
Blade.
will see Clea again.
What is Harry? Eros, the brother
Eros,
of Thanos.
totally.
There's so many of them. But what I mean,
Well,
it's a myriad of factors, DJ Dave. I think there's so many things we could go through about box office. Yes, there are characters that are more marketable. Spider-Man is one of the most marketable IP characters of anything in the entire
Prince
world.
money, baby.
And so you'd have to make a really bad Spider-Man movie to really not get the box office.
All right, let me ask you a quick question. If for one DC, you get one DC character that you want to see right now, like that would be the next project. What's that DC? What's that DC project?
Ooh. I mean, I want them to move on Booster Gold.
But really think about this because you're trying to attract box office too.
It has to be a new character?
It doesn't have. It has to be somebody that has been introduced to the DCU yet.
Has not been.
Has not been.
Well, then it's Batman.
Okay.
Unless, if you're talking about this has to be the most successful movie.
All right, it's Batman's fine. I mean, that's a great answer. No, Batman, Nightwing, both those characters, I agree. Look, at the end of the day here, I know that we're getting Batman in 2020, the Batman in 2028. Look, I just don't see. I know that James Gunn has said audiences are smart enough to realize.
Did you see that? Another helicopter just went by.
Audiences are smart enough to realize that two different Batman can exist. I personally think that's a bad idea simply because I think that inherently creates two different production companies that are going to be competing without even those words being said. And just as fans, we're obviously going to compare because that's the nature of the beast.
But guess who's seated for both, if that's true, though?
Yeah, totally.
Me.
But
I agree with you.
A general movie goer, like I was asking Stephanie when I was talking about the Batman, I was like, so she's going to be, or that's going to be the Batman. And it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
We have been yapping here. We are way over on time. We're going to wrap this one up. John Brown on Facebook said Nightfall, Batman drops on Tuesday. Have you seen it?
No, but
or
I
any
want
part
to.
of the 3-part series? I don't know if there's an embargo on this. If it's dropping right around the corner. I've seen part 1, the whole thing.
I can't
it's awesome.
wait.
It's pretty fucking awesome. I'm not going to lie.
I'm not. See, that excites me. I'll say this,
Super violent.
There was a point in time where I think DC animated stuff was my jam. So I'm so excited for this movie.
Yeah, we got to wish Braden a happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Just passed. We're not going to get to your question, Braden. I'm so sorry, but we did want to say happy birthday, Braden.
Happy birthday, Braden.
Joe, Mike, Stefanelli, appreciated your comments about Power Rangers last week. While I look at these last questions, sorry, I'm not going to answer your question this week, Mike, but Joe, do you have a Mount Rushmore Power Ranger series?
I do, actually. My Mount Rushmore Power Ranger series is Power Rangers RPM. Then I would go with, let's see, Power Rangers SPD. I'm going to go with Power Rangers Zeo because I think Zeo has the best cast chemistry. And I'm going to say Power Rangers Dino Thunder, where Tommy returns.
Okay.
It's my Power Rangers Mount Rushmore.
Power Rangers is a dark spot for me.
I love me some Power Rangers.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to take a few more questions in the Patreon bonus episode, which we'll release on Friday. I can
no
tell you
costumes.
right now, hey, I got a costume.
I don't have a costume.
We're at my house, by the way.
I don't have a costume.
We're at my house. You could throw on the Iron Man helmet, see if your big ass head fits.
I don't think my head will fit that thing.
Anyway. We're going to wrap this up. You can send your questions to the Brandon Davis Show at gmail.com for next week's Ask BD. The bonus episode will be available Friday. Unless we get a guest that does get a bonus episode, in which case the bonus episode with Joe and I will be available a different day. But it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday content on the channel coming up here. This is the last episode from the Airbnb here in LA.
Man, so
what a run it's been. Figuring out the guest for this week. Wednesday's main character will be, I don't know yet, but something's going to happen because it has to.
I have to say that I'm going to be at Fan Expo. I just wanted to let you guys know what panels I'm doing because I am going to take your fan questions. And you can email me. Just hit me up on Instagram and email me. But I'm doing Ari Million, who was the Ice Cream Man. That movie just came out, Eli Roth movie. K-pop Demon Hunters, Mei Hong and Ji Young Yu. Also doing Mall Shadow Lords with Sam Witwer, Gideon Adlin, Vanessa Marshall, Matthew Wood. I am also doing Has Been Hotel with Christian Broily, and a handful of other cast members there. Alan Richson, I'm also doing that panel. Mark Hamill and John Cena.
Brother, what?
Yeah.
Can I come?
Absolutely. Let's go. I want to record an episode there. I swear to God, you should come out to Canada. If you're coming out to Fan Expo Canada, come say hi. Come out, support. I'd love to see you. Also, I'm going to have a bag. If you mentioned me from the Brandon Davis Show, I'll have a bag with me. And that bag has gifts in it. So if you mention the Brandon Davis Show, I have stuff to give out.
I'm going to cosplay and walk up and try to get a free gift.
Yeah, totally.
Put a mask on.
So all that stuff I got from San Diego is being dispersed at
nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, guys. Well, maybe you'll see Joe in Toronto.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince myself not to go.
Do it.
Because it'll be expensive. If you want to join the Patreon, join the Discord, all that kind of stuff. You've heard a lot of Patreon questions. If you want access to the bonus episode, Patreon is an app on your phone, by the way, which I think is the hardest part of getting people to sign up.
Really?
So I'll say this. If you download Patreon, you don't have to support this show. Obviously, it'd be very awesome if you did. But Patreon is kind of, it's like an Instagram or Twitter feed, basically, and I'm new to it.
It's a bit of a social media network aspect to it.
Yeah, but you obviously have to subscribe to other folks, and some folks post some free content, things like that. Go on there and explore. And if there's other people you want to support, go support them too. Because a lot of people on Patreon are obviously trying to make their thing happen, and a lot of cool creators and stuff. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. We will see you on the bonus episode, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel on YouTube. Go follow Joe, follow me. We're over 112K on YouTube. That's insane. And if you're listening on podcast platform, leave a 5-star review. Hit the tab to subscribe to the episode. Download it, share it with somebody. Go on a second device, press play again. All those things to help the show go and the algorithms show that it's booming. All right, guys, see you in the next one.
Later.